Hey folks, Bluesboy Jag and another cigar box guitar lesson. This is one of the very first songs I ever wrote on a 3-string cigar box guitar. It's called Don't Do That. One day I was just sitting down and I was banging out some noise on my cigar box guitar, and this is what popped up. Open G tuning. This is an A string tuned down to G. And the next string is a D string tuned normal to D. And the first string is a G string tuned normal to G. So A string tuned down to G, D string tuned normal to D, and a third string G tuned normal to G. This is probably the most common tuning for a 3-string. That's just sort of how it turned out. It's really cool because if you capo, you're going to be in the key of A on the 2nd fret, and you can go to B and C and D and so forth. So open G tuning is sort of turned out to be the default tuning for a 3-stringer. Of course, there's a billion gazillion ways you can tune it. All right, so this one is pretty funky. I'm using my fingers as always. I very rarely use a pick on a cigar box guitar. I'm using my first finger on the 1st string, sliding from 5 to 7. So what I'm doing is pausing a split second, just a tiny nanosecond before I slide up. So if you notice, instead of, there's a slight pause. And I'm doing my usual funky style strumming with a lot of choking, which is my favorite style. Sort of an R.L. Burnside-ish thing. So slide up from 1st string on the 5th fret to the 7th, but you gotta pause for a tiny split second. I'm doing a down strum when I do this, after I do the slide up. So the slide up is an up strum. And I'm choking that last open G. So real slow, up strum with the 1st finger. And I'm sliding the 1st finger on the 1st string from 5 to 7, playing all 3 strings. So that's the whole riff. Now you can use your 3rd finger to slide up if you like. I sort of got in the habit of using my 1st finger, but if you use your 3rd finger, you're just going to be using that finger. Remember to pause for a split second before you slide up. And then I'm doing the up-down strum. Then I'm doing a full open G up-down. It's real funky. Your left hand causes the funkiness because you're chopping off the chord. Now, I prefer to do an up strum because the 1st string will be louder if I do an up strum rather than a down strum. So here's a down strum. Nothing wrong with that, but it seems like that 3rd string overpowers the 1st string. So back in the day, I just decided I'm going to do an up strum on that 1st string. That is going to make the 1st string louder than the other 2. So real slow as far as the choking part here. Sort of a John Lee Hooker thing. Because he loved to do all that choking there. So here's the next part. Everything is choked. Up strum, 3rd finger is on 1, 5. Another up strum of the open chord. And we end up on 1, 3. So far we have. Real slow. So you notice how my right hand is doing down, up, or up, down, however you want to look at it. I prefer to call it up, down because I'm starting on the up. Right there. So if you look real close, when I slide up, I'm doing a fake down. I'm not hitting the strings on that down. I'm only hitting the strings on the up. Then I do another up. So it's 2 ups in a row. Instead of strumming on the down, I'm strumming on the up. And again, that's so that I can get more volume off that first string. Because I have a bass string, which is also G. And if I do a downstroke, nothing wrong with that. It's pretty much the same riff, except that third string is much more bassy and therefore much louder. So it doesn't quite work for me. I like to have that first string louder. That's why I'm doing this weird upside down backwards thing. It's not really upside down backwards. There's really no backwards and forwards as far as how you strum on a guitar. It's only up and down. So you're thinking, get to the rest of it, Jag. I got that part. That second part is just ba-da-da-da. Real slow. Choking with his hand, obviously. Lots and lots and lots of choking with the left hand as usual. That's my favorite style of playing cigar box guitar. Real slow. Now the next part is ba-dip-ba-da, again, starting with the up. Notice how I'm choking those chords with the fretting hand. Two more little parts. So, first one is ba-da-da-da, 2 fret slide. One more time, slow. I didn't do that so good. Sliding from 2 to 3, middle string, first finger. So, from the top, regular speed. Remember, that last one is on the 3rd string, which is the same thing as that we did earlier on the 1st string. Same notes, 2 octaves lower. That low is an octave lower than this. Same notes. That's almost the whole song. The next part is when I start singing. I go around from town to town. So I'll start from the top. I'm singing exactly what I'm playing. Baby, whoops, baby, town. I go around from town to town. I go around from town to town. Baby, don't do that now, baby. Come on. Baby, don't do that now, baby. Baby, don't do that now, baby. Baby, don't do that now, baby. We go round and round and round. 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 Baby, don't do that now, baby. So you can see there's only two parts to the song. We do the riff, which is the intro. That's also the verse. And the next part is really easy. I'm using that second string going from 0 to 3. Then I'm playing that first string. Now we go back down. And that's it. That's the whole song. We have the main riff, which is the intro, and that's also the verse, which is baby, don't do that. Don't do that now, baby. And then we have I go around from town to town. 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 Baby, don't do that now, baby. So the trick here is to keep everything funky, and you have to do a lot of really quick choking. So if you're not familiar with this, what I'm doing is up strums, choking here. So I'm doing a up and a down, and immediately after the down, I'm choking the chord with my left hand. If you've seen any of my lessons, almost every single lesson I do a little bit of this choking. It's just how I play. I just like how that feels, sort of a John Lee Hooker boogie kind of a thing. So, in order to get that going, start slow. Notice how I'm choking on that second strum. That's all it is. If I go real slow, and the tricky part maybe for you is muting with the left hand. If you've seen my other lessons, again, I do this all the time. If you haven't done this, this might be a little tricky at first. Open G, and I'm basically muting the entire chord. 3 strings. I'm not doing anything over here except muting, killing the chord. So you just want to get syncopated, and you want to get that riff going so everything feels like you're right on the beat. So that down strum is just a complete choke. And the up strum is the G chord. Open G chord. We're only strumming on the up, and we're killing the chord on the down. Super common boogie woogie, super common blues. Now, this is a walking bass pattern, sort of off the subject here, not quite the same thing as the song, but the actual up and down is the same. So, no choking at all. So that's the walking pattern, but I'm strumming all 3 strings. Sounds like 2 guitars. Sounds like one guy going, and the other guy going. So that's your typical John Lee Hooker boogie. So when I play this song, the trick here though is it's real funky. So when you slide up on the beginning, lots and lots of choking with the fretting hand. This is all over my channel. I do this virtually every single song I play on the Cigar Box Guitar. I do a little bit of that. Sometimes I do a lot of it. Sometimes the entire song is that. So, have fun with that. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out my brand new website, bluesboyjag.com, Cigar Box Guitars, for 20 years, almost 21 years, over 4,000 sold, and we'll see you next time.